Hello, I'm Roy Whiffin, and excuse the woolliness, but no hairdressers, so I have to put up with what you've got. But I wanted to answer, because it takes too long to answer individual messages, just to say that it's so interesting that when I've put stuff up or a video and said something about the Democratic Party, that the people in blue come out totally outraged. One of the people here has said that Trump is actually killing people. Trump isn't killing people. He shut the borders 10 days after it was found out exactly what was going on with the virus. You want to talk about people being killed? I seem to remember that the H1N1 virus that killed thousands upon thousands was Barry Obama's deal, and he didn't do anything for 6 months. And now his sidekick, Plugs Biden, says that he had nothing to do with that whatsoever. It's so interesting. And people keep saying to me, why don't you say anything positive? Well, let's see. At the moment, we've got a virus going on, and we're trying to keep people alive. We had a problem with the fact that we had medicine there that wouldn't cure the virus, but would alleviate it and possibly save people's lives. It's a malaria medicine that's been around since 1946, and it's helping. But our doctor in charge, who has had many photographs taken with Nancy Pelosi, decided that it hadn't been tested and it shouldn't be used. Fortunately now some of that has been overruled and we're saving lives. But just in this last week, we've been trying to find ventilators and look after small businesses so that they don't go under, and getting ready to put money in people's pocket while they sit at home, hoping that they won't get the disease and die. Nancy Pelosi has been spending this week setting up new House committees to investigate President Trump. Now, I haven't been over there, but I've seen what's happening over in San Francisco, which is Nancy Pelosi's area. We've got people in dire straits over there. We've got feces all over the streets. We've got thousands upon thousands of people that are out of their homes. We've got more trouble than we can throw a stick at. And yet we've got Nancy Pelosi and her gang spending time this week, new House committee to investigate President Trump. While people are dying, don't you think she could put aside politics and try and help somebody so that they didn't die? Why can't she open up something in San Francisco? Why can't she be on the front line there? Why is it that we've got Schiff doing exactly the same thing, running around now trying to gain people to start up another deal? You know, when is it going to come down to looking after the people? Not that you want power because you thought you lost the election wrongly, which you didn't, but the fact that people are dying, people are getting sick. A lot of people are getting over this, by the way, that they aren't mentioning at all. But if one person dies from it, it's one too many. And so far we've got, I think it's 2,000 that have died, which is a lot less than when Barack Obama was president and he had his H1N1. So, you know, let's do apples to apples and not apples to oranges. We have got to stop these people trying to get at a president who's trying to, and a whole team, not just the president. I mean, say he's the top of the pyramid. So the buck stops there, and we understand that. But let's start seeing people actually doing something positive for the people of America. If you can show me one positive step that people like Peloci and Schiff have actually done to help the people of America, because I haven't seen it. Enlighten me, educate me, and educate the Republican Party as well, which you haven't done very successfully for the last 3.5 years. If you want to run this country, you've got to do a lot better than create problems of House committees during a pandemic. It's sick. It really is sick. And if you are a Democrat and believe it, you're sick as well. You really are. When I say something, whether it's for the city or the county or even America, you know, I'm told I'm negative. No, I'm not. I try to look at it from the point of view of the ordinary person trying to make a living. There are people here at the moment that aren't sleeping because they don't know if they're going to keep their house. They don't know if they're going to keep their car. They don't know if they're going to keep their family. And then you turn around and Nancy Pelosi's doing a House committee investigation on the president. What does that have to do with it? And why couldn't she leave it until the pandemic was over if she wanted to do it? Oh, we've got him on the ropes. You know, it's just like the Kennedy Center, 25 million she demanded. What does that have to do with the pandemic? 25 million. Her daughter's on the board of the Kennedy Center. Some of the money went in the front door and it went straight out the back door into the Democratic coffers. True. It's wrong. And as long as it is wrong, I'll keep talking about it. And I'll talk about the Republicans if I believe that's wrong as well. And once this pandemic is over, I'll tell you a few things about that party as well that aren't right. That's why we need term limits. But there you go. So as far as what's being said from these Democrats that get on Fort Bend Concerns and the other websites there, I'm going to keep telling the truth. You can shout at me all you like. I don't care. I will tell the truth. And with that, I'll say good night.